I really wanted to step away from Huawei, and I've done a lot of research, and I ended up upgrading to Huawei again, and here's why. So let's start with the watch. So I've got the watch GT3 and I upgraded to watch 4, so not GT version. GT version just didn't make sense to upgrade to GT4. The differences were minor. Now, the looks, both watches look very good. I think I slightly prefer this look. However, I got used to this one and I like it. Depending on the watch face, I like this one as well. Now, the issue with this one was it's more kind of protected. The screen is flat and there are those hard edges, so it's better for me in a way. But I was getting caught in some clothes and straps of my backpack when I was trying to put my hand through loops and hoops. With this one, it slides over much easier, but then it's more prone to scratches. I already have like a minor scratch. Not a big thing, so I don't care. I got it in promotion. I added also a coupon code, so it was like $2.25 with delivery. And you know what? The battery life is really good. So Huawei watches are famous for being almost full smart watches. So we could say that this one is a smartwatch, proper smartwatch. It has got a keyboard, let's say. This one doesn't, but it's almost like a smartwatch. The battery life is great, 1 week easily. With this one, now this is an interesting thing. When you enable all the options, so Wi-Fi, mobile, etc., it's 2 to 3 days. I don't need those things, so I've tested it. Nothing really special, fancy about this, so I disabled that. And actually, disabling it is not enough. You need to switch to this ultra saving mode, whatever it's called, and it boots in a kind of a different system without all those add-ons. And I haven't noticed any issues, but the battery life is amazing. I charge at night and I went to sleep. In the morning, it was 97%, so around 3% lost. The next morning, it was 89%, so really great, you know. And now, I think it's it's 85, you know. So from the morning till now, it's 4% only the difference, which is pretty incredible. So let's see how long it lasts. It's probably a week easily, you know. So that's great, basically. They both can make phone calls, but not through WhatsApp, just a standard calls, you know. And I really did some research. I really wanted to use some other watches, maybe Garmin, maybe Google, and they all either have poor battery life or bad looks, or just altogether package is not that great, or they retail for like 300, 400 quid or something like this, ridiculous. This one was $2.25, so not cheap either, much more expensive than GT4, for example, but still, you know, kind of okay, especially for what I wanted. So I'm pleased with that. Headphones. Now, this is a big one. Now, this is the first generation. This is the third generation. So I don't know anything about the second one. I've never had it and tested it. The differences are quite big. Size-wise, the new version is clearly smaller in every dimension, which is good, and lighter, and more or less the same battery life. Well done. The size of headphones is good, and the sound quality much better. The sound stage is now really good, so I can hear the 3D spacing more, the separation of instruments, so it's very good for instrumental music. And also it's got better bass, much better than this one. Now this one was pretty good, but it's kind of flat without any kind of flavor, without soul. This one has got some kind of soul flavor, and also it can be tuned in the app, so very good. Now, these are the best ones for phone calls. I've done some research and people were saying these are the best. People are doing various tests. These were the clear winners. Huawei says it has an extra microphone that listens through the bone to actually what is being said, compares that with the other sounds, and it really works. My cousin that I was testing it with told me, yeah, he couldn't hear any fast-moving traffic next to me. My voice just was slightly lower, kind of slightly more subdued, so to say, but he could hear me very well. So we were both well impressed. And I did do a lot of research, and for phone calls, these are brilliant, and this is quite important for me. I really want the other person to be able to hear me, so I can have a proper conversation, and the sound quality is good enough. And if I wanted something better, I would need to spend probably double the money. I paid 126 for this, so there was a promotion. Normally they used to retail for 180, they still are for 180 at Amazon, that's in pounds, and I got it for 126 free delivery, so very good deal. And better sound quality, again, I would need to spend more, and the phone call quality would suffer. I reviewed the big Bose Ultra version. They were rubbish for phone calls. I mean, Nothing special, basically, not so good. Really, that was not a good experience for the other person. They were just okay, but these uncomparably better. So I really prefer these to the bigger ones, much easier to take with me, just a small, tiny box. It fits in my pocket even easier than the first version. This is the third. So I do recommend, really. I couldn't find anything better for the price. And even if we look outside the price regarding voice call quality for phone calls, these are clear winners, even in comparison with the more expensive ones. So I do recommend these. And the watch, well, it's up to you. If you want long battery life, then Huawei is the leader, I think. Everybody else is not so great or rubbish. I mean, 1 day or 2 days, really, that's ridiculous. Yeah, I know when we go to take a shower, we can charge it. But what if I go, I don't know, somewhere far away, I'm traveling, I don't have the opportunity to shower or charge it or can't be bothered or whatever. You know, this is really good. I don't need to think about it. I can 3 or 4 days later, I can go, oh, I still have 20% left, you know. So each to their own. And Huawei watches are very good for monitoring heart rate. Not so good for sleep. Generally, the Apple Watch, they're the best across the board. They have very good sleep monitoring and everything, but they're expensive and only work best with iOS. I don't like iOS. I love my Android. I've got a Vivo 100 Pro, cracking phone, by the way. I need to make a video about this. So, guys, I hope this was useful. If you're thinking of upgrading to good stuff, I do recommend Huawei 3rd generation earbuds. This watch, if you really need to have a watch, this one is good. Otherwise, go for GT4. This is GT3. If you don't have any watch, then go for GT3 or GT4, depending on your budget. And, well, you can push yourself to this. That's okay as well. Not necessary. There isn't really much of a difference. It has ECG, but is that really useful? I don't know. If you don't have any heart issues and you don't need to monitor yourself, anyway, I'm gonna keep it. I'm happy with it. And with a phone, yeah, Vivo 100 Pro, cracking phone. There is an ultra version, but there is no global version of it. And there will be soon the 200 versions. Hopefully they will have a global version as well. So probably will be a better option. But 100 Pro, X100 Pro, absolutely amazing phone. Camera is spectacular, especially the zoom camera. Well, this was supposed to be only about Huawei, this video, but anyway, this is Vivo and I still recommend it. Guys, take care, see you in the next one. Ciao. What I also want to add, that this version of earbuds that I have is kind of a green color, green tint, but it's not as ugly as it looks in videos and photos. If you go to Huawei's website, it looks a bit like a toy plasticine, but actually the green is subdued. It's not as bright and vivid as it shows here in my camera. It's very similar to gray. I mean, this one is dark gray, so this would be like a much brighter gray with a kind of a greenish tint. It's really lovely, professionally looking, so even for someone like me, for a guy, these are very, very good. So using my mobile, I can now show you the difference between those two. It shows the looks of this a little bit better than my other camera, so it's not exactly the same, but it's very close. So it's a very nice greenish tint, slightly dark, like silver, just with a green tint. Very good looking. So this is a very good comparison of what they look like.